Hi guys, welcome or welcome back. My name's Shay if you're new here, and this week we're going to do a bedroom refresh. So when I say a bedroom refresh, I have 3 spare bedrooms in my house and I just want to give them a bit of a zhuzh up. So we're going to start with that. They look okay as they are now, but they're just a little bit meh. And I want to sort of give each of them a little bit more personality. So this won't be the final look, I suppose, for each of the rooms. It's just something that I'm chipping away at bit by bit, obviously, because, you know, things cost money. So this next stage, if you go back and watch my Kmart haul, we're going to be putting the things that I bought in that haul into these rooms. So I'll show you a quick before of each of the rooms and we'll get started. So currently this is the blue room. 10 points if you can guess why we've called it the blue room. They all sort of look the same. So they've all got the same bed. They've essentially got all the same bedding except for the different colour. The bedside tables, however, these ones came from my bedroom originally because I only ever had one for each room. And then all the lamps and things were originally the same as well. So this, I'm just stepping over all the things I bought because I've just dumped it in the doorways. But yeah, this is the before of this one. So right next to that one is the grey room. This is, again, everything that I've bought to put in here. I'm trying to do this as quick as possible because the sun is setting. So I will do some afters tomorrow morning as well. But again, essentially the same thing. This one we've added in the bedside table from the blue room while I've put the other ones in there. And then obviously grey. And the pictures in here and in the other room aren't quite the right size and they're definitely way too tall in here. So I don't think I'll fix that up this time, but we will eventually work on the art in these 2 rooms as well. And then let's check out the third one. So this is the pink room. I've had to put the light on in here because it doesn't get as much natural light, and I might close that a bit later in case my neighbours are sick of seeing in these bedrooms. But this one is the pink room. So eventually I might get like a little chair or something to make a seating area here because there is quite a lot of space. But at this point, I only have one bedside table and I was okay with that, but I feel like I want to get a second one. So I don't know if they still have those in stock, but I will check because at the moment I've got it quite close to the window just because this then goes into the bathroom. So I wanted to leave a bit of space, but I think it will fit quite easily with a second bedside table. But the art that my dad was so kind to make frames for, and I think I just got that from eBay or something, the art. So yeah, what I'm going to do off camera is just sort this stuff out and then put the doona covers on the doonas and change the sheets over from like summer sheets to winter sheets. I'm going to do that off camera because that's, you know, I'm changing sheets. That's very boring. And then I'll come back when we're ready to do like the styling. Okay guys, so as you can see, probably from the lack of light, that the sun is setting very, very quickly and I haven't even got finished like putting sheets and things on. So I will finish this up tonight and then tomorrow I think we'll come in when there's actually, hopefully, if it's not going to be like wet and overcast, we can get some natural light going rather than trying to do it in like the bedroom lighting because I feel like it just shifts the colours too much and I don't really want to do it on camera in that kind of lighting. So I did want to jump on quickly to sort of show you what I'm actually doing to make the cheaper products look better. So I have here the single pillows in those pillowcases, and they're just these ones from Kmart, the 2-pack. These are the cheapest brand. I think they're like maybe even $4 for the 2. So what I do to make them look thicker and more expensive is put the two in one pillowcase. So while I got the cheapest pillows, I got the more expensive pillow protector covers. These ones, I think they're the same price as the others, but these have the zip, so they're only a 2-pack, whereas I think the ones where you just fold over are a 4-pack. So if you're not doing this, what I'm doing here, you can probably get away with just doing the other ones. And I have actually already broken one of these. The zip did snap off. I managed to get it closed, but then the actual zipper just come off. So I think I tried to stuff it in too quickly and pulled the seam at the top. So these aren't the best, and like these cheap pillows I wouldn't recommend if they were for you to sleep on, but because these are on the spare bed and they're just essentially for looks, these are a good option, because this cover isn't very good either. It does rip, and just putting them in the pillow protector, I did put my thumb through one before. So these are just a cheap decorative option. I wouldn't have them necessarily as something I would sleep on regularly, but, and this is why it's taken so long, because having to try and wrangle all of this and then put them in a proper pillowcase, and it's just taking me forever. So as you can see with one, it doesn't look too appealing, but when you put two in, it definitely gives it a bit more of an expensive look, and you don't have to pay the expensive price tag. And then when it comes to your own bedding, you can splurge a little bit more, because obviously even if someone's just sleeping on this for a night or two, it's not too bad. Like, it's not the best, but I don't know, if you're like me, I try to take my pillow wherever I can. If I know I'm sleeping somewhere, I'll just take my own pillow with me. But yeah, this is just a cheaper option to make it look a little bit more expensive without having to pay for expensive pillows. And then the zip, the reason I got the zip was so that if the inner pillows do actually kind of tear open, which is prone to happen, then the fluff isn't going to come flying out because it's zipped in. Give it a bit of a zhuzh. And there, that's the difference. So that's my little tip. If you're doing something like what I'm doing and you want something a little bit more expensive looking, that's an easier way to do it. And then you just pop your actual pillowcase on and you're good to go. Do that 4 more times, which is why it's taking so long. But I will also say that another way that I've tried to save money, obviously this is probably not the best long-term solution again, but buying cheaper quilt covers and then just doubling them up. It's something you can do with expensive ones too. A lot of them will design them that way so that you can get like a lighter summer like quilt cover, and then something that's a little bit thicker, and you can tie them together to make it really warm for winter, but then you can take one of them out for summer. So this is not really like a cheat, I guess. It's just, you know, I've got 2 cheap ones rather than like 2 good expensive ones, which, you know, good doesn't always have to be expensive, but I think with quality things around quilt covers, sometimes the price does indicate how good the quality is. so much fluff on my face. Done for tonight. I think I'm going to clean up because I've made a mess, and we're just going to leave piles of stuff everywhere until I decide how to decorate it tomorrow. So I will see you guys in the morning. Also, just for reference, this is the mess that I'm talking about. If you can see up the corridor where it's dark, all the like older bedding that was on there, I've got piled up in this corner. This is sort of like the covers that go for like the doonas and stuff, and then just plastic and cardboard rubbish everywhere. Okay guys, so it's the next day. Unfortunately, the forecast for the rest of next week or this week is going to be rain. So the light in here isn't as nice as I was hoping, but we're just going to make do. It is actually wet and raining and quite cold outside. And despite the fact that I'm wearing a hat and looking like it's summer or something, that was mostly because I was walking outside, and the hat is basically just to cover the fact that my hair needs a good wash. So we're just going to ignore that and get on with it. All right, so to start this sort of styling on the bed, I am undecided if I want to go with, this is what I had for this room, but I'm undecided if I want it in here or in the grey room. The grey one, I'm not a huge fan of in the room now that I'm looking at it. The material is kind of weird on the grey one. It's like almost a shower curtain material. Like it's not plasticky, but it's not soft either. So we'll see. I think we'll start with this. So this has two sides. It's got like the flower leaf design and then just the pattern. I think the leaves kind of clash with the cushions, so I'm not sure if it's gonna work. Like this is not quite the blue that I had in mind, which is why I'm thinking I might put this one next door and then have the grey in here, because the orange almost works better next door. So maybe we start next door. Yeah. All right, guys, actually, I've changed my mind. I am going to start in here. What I'm not sure is going to work is the cushions that I had on the bed, but I think I had a quick look at the grey setup, and I think the colours in there will work better than if I try to introduce the colours in here. So undecided how this one might turn out. It might end up going back to the white, but we're going to start here. We'll do the other rooms and then I'll come back and see what I like about this one. So what I want to do is just put the white on first, which is just like the blanket underneath. I've kept the doona cover on it just to have it as like almost a protective layer, so I don't have to wash the doona cover, the doona as often, just the doona cover. If it looks a little dirty, unfortunately the sun has just sort of, it's got sun damage on it because I never really close the blinds up here. They only get closed if people are actually staying in here. So it is a bit yellowed, unfortunately. So it is clean, it's just sun damage. Same as the throw blanket I had. You'll see the colours sort of bleached out a little bit where it sat in the sun. I think I like the floral side of the doona cover that I bought. So I'm going to put the flower or leaf side down so that I can fold it back, and that's what we see. The pillows are a little distracting, I think. I don't think they're going to work because they're too different now. Maybe that one's okay. Actually, that one's all right. But this one's just too much, I think, in here. Yeah, that's way, way too much. If I had sheets that looked like that, I mean, I wouldn't mind that clashing, but this is just a bit too much, so, okay. So, I don't mind that, it's okay. I'm gonna tuck all the edges in, and then I just want to shift the bed over now that I've got 2 bedside tables. Obviously now the pictures are out of whack, but I want to do a whole thing with the art. So for now they're just going to stay crooked, so I hate anything like that, so please just ignore that. I know it's like really not good, but today is not the day for decorating. Today is the day for bedding, I think. Even though I can at least straighten one up. Alright guys, so now we're in the grey room. So again, when I oriented the bedrooms, I only had 1 bedside table in each. So everything I sort of pushed to the sides of the room. So I'm going to straighten these up again now that I've got 2 bedside tables and put it in the middle of the room. So again, the paintings, art, whatever, is not going to be in the right position. So we're ignoring that again, please and thank you. And obviously I feel like they're too high in this room anyway, but we're focusing on the bed. Let's ignore that for now until I'll figure out what I want to do with the art for starters, because I just kind of reused stuff that I had in my previous house, which obviously had a lot of different rooms and orientations of walls. So yeah, I had that middle picture in my laundry in my last house, so I've just used it here for now. So that may completely change, but for now, let's just get started on the bed. So I want to start by moving everything across. I think that's good enough. So I think the white to be the focus of the bedding in this room, because I'm not loving this grey. So we're going to put the grey on first this time. So I don't know if you can tell on camera, but you can see like the blanket has sat on this side, and this is where it's been exposed to the sun. So it's quite yellow. Because again, I don't know if it's going to show up, but it's quite yellow where it's been exposed to the sun. So, oh, here you can definitely see on this end, like it's literally bleached the fabric. So it's supposed to be like a grey here. So we're going to try and hide that as well. Alright, so I've got the white on. I do want to preface this styling video by saying that I have not bought any of these things necessarily to go together. So if you want a more cohesive look, obviously know at least a colour scheme or a design going in. I have essentially just bought things at random when they've been cheap and affordable, and I'm trying to patch them together. That is not a good way to design, obviously. But, you know, I'm making do with what I've got. The sheets I actually managed to get for free, so that's why I'm using those. And it just happened that they sort of worked in with the colour scheme. As for everything else, well, I'm just putting it together as best I can. Especially when you're buying things online, the colours never kind of look exactly the same because of, you know, studio lighting and all that kind of stuff. So like the doona cover on this, it didn't quite work out, but that's okay because maybe it will in the future. If not, it's a protective cover for the doona and it means I don't have to wash the doona as much. So it's a start. I'm gonna tuck all the edges in And then I think maybe use the pillow from next door might work better than the ones I currently had previously. So that's kind of cute actually. Doesn't go with the pictures, but I kind of like it. I think we're going to leave this for now. I don't know if you can see my bedside decoration. These no longer go. When I bought this Rhino, it had fake plants in it already. I just pulled them out because I didn't like them. So now it's just kind of decoration. Just a little rhino there. I might go and see actually if I've got any greenery, and I'll put this away and we'll come back. All right, so I found this, which I think is ridiculously too big. And I did find just these, so it's not going to sit in very nicely because there's nothing in there, so it's just going to flop. Alright, so this room is very dark, so I've got the light on, but we're about to do the pink room next. So this one has two sides. We're going to go with this one to try and tie in a little bit more pink. I'm going to be here for hours trying to do this. I'm ridiculous. Let's just fold it over the end again. Alright, I think we like that. Alright guys, so this is the after. I did attempt to fix up the pictures, but as you can see they're still skew. So we're just going to pan down. This is what the bedding looks like. I'm going to have to go fluff up. I don't know if you can see where the bed was. There's a bit divot in the carpet, but that's okay. It'll pop up over time and I'll just keep vacuuming it over. But yeah, this is the blue room. Panning through into the grey room. Again, we'll have to work on the pictures, but we'll just stay down here for now. This is what we've got in here. And then if we go down the corridor into the pink room. This one, we did move the bed, so it's all sort of still where it is, but yeah, there we go, that's it. Alright guys, hopefully you can hear me over the washing machine, but thanks for tuning in this week. I hope you enjoyed this little touch up on those bedrooms, and I will see you in the next video. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment down below. Bye!